The Aramaic Bridge, How the Persians Gave India Its Script. Story of a script from Aramaic to Old Persian, Gandhari Prakrit, Kharosthi, Brahmi, Devanagari, Bengali, Tamil, and Telugu. The story of how a script born among the Arameans of Syria became a catalyst for literary civilization in India is a profound narrative of cultural transmission, adaptation, and synthesis. It is a journey that begins not with a conquest of ideas, but with a practical administrative choice in the heart of a vast empire, setting in motion a chain of events that would forever alter the intellectual landscape of South and Southeast Asia. To understand this journey, we must first immerse ourselves in the world of the ancient Near East, where the Aramaic script first rose from obscurity to become the bureaucratic lifeline of the empires. Its origins lie in the earlier Phoenician alphabet, a system of 22 consonants adopted and adapted by the Aramaic peoples around the 11th century BCE. This was not a static script. It was a dynamic tool, evolving from inscriptions on stone in emerging city-states like Aram Damascus into a flowing cursive perfectly suited for the quick notations of merchants and the detailed records of administrators on materials like papyrus and leather. Its genius was its simplicity as an abjad, a consonant-based writing system where vowels were inferred, making it far more efficient to learn and use than the complex cuneiform or hieroglyphic systems that dominated the region. The true turning point for Aramaic's global destiny was its adoption by the imperial machinery of the Achaemenid Persian Empire. When King Darius I consolidated his power in the late 6th century BCE, he faced the monumental task of governing a territory stretching from the Aegean Sea to the Indus River. He needed a unified administrative language, and he found it not in Old Persian cuneiform, but in Aramaic. The reasons were eminently practical. Its alphabetic nature allowed for faster writing and easier scribal training, and Aramaic-speaking scribes were already an established professional class throughout the conquered lands of Mesopotamia. Thus, Imperial Aramaic was standardized, its spelling frozen in a historical form to ensure a document looked identical whether it was written in Egypt, Bactria, or Babylon. This was the birth of a true lingua franca. The empire became a vast network, and Aramaic was the code that ran through it, evident in the elephantine papyri from a Jewish colony in Egypt, the Persepolis fortification tablets from Iran, and, crucially, in the Bactrian documents found in modern Afghanistan. It was through this imperial channel that Aramaic, as a script and a language of power, was firmly planted in the easternmost satrapies of Gandhara and Hindush, in what is now northern Pakistan and Afghanistan. The fall of the Achaemenid Empire to Alexander the Great did not erase the deep administrative grooves Aramaic had carved. The Seleucid and later Greco-Bactrian kingdoms that controlled the East continued to use it alongside Greek for governance. Its utility ensured its survival long after Persian political authority vanished. A stunning testament to this persistence is the bilingual Greek-Aramaic inscription of the Indian Emperor Ashoka discovered at Kandahar, dating to the 3rd century BCE. Here, over a century after Alexander, the public pronouncements of an Indian king were still being rendered into Aramaic for local comprehension. This post-imperial period was a time of remarkable diversification for the Aramaic script family across the Middle East, a testament to its profound adaptability. In the West, it evolved into the elegant Syriac script, which would become the vessel for a vast Christian literature and the liturgical language for churches from Syria to India. In the Levant, its forms transformed into the Hebrew square script, used for Jewish sacred texts, preserving the Torah and Talmud. Among the Nabatean Arabs of Petra, its cursive form slowly evolved over centuries into the graceful flowing Nabatean script, which is the direct precursor to the modern Arabic alphabet. In Iran, it gave rise to the Pahlavi scripts used for Middle Persian, and later inspired the creation of scripts for Sogdian. Uyghur, and ultimately the classical Mongolian alphabet. Thus, Aramaic served as a foundational script for a vast constellation of languages across the ancient world. In the east, however, in the cosmopolitan crossroads of Gandhara, a different and more radical transformation was underway. This region, a vibrant hub where Indian, Persian, Central Asian, and later Hellenistic cultures met, faced a unique linguistic challenge. The language of daily life and local administration was Gandhari Prakrit, an Indo-Aryan language with a phonetic structure utterly foreign to Semitic Aramaic. It was in this fertile ground of necessity that the first direct and undeniable fruit of Aramaic's journey to India emerged, the Kharosthi script. Scribes familiar with the mechanics of Aramaic writing began the arduous task of adapting it to their own tongue. The process was one of brilliant pragmatism. They retained the right-to-left direction of their model. They directly borrowed the forms of many Aramaic letters for sounds common to both languages. But for the sounds unique to Prakrit, particularly the critical retroflex consonants like T, D, and N produced with the tongue curled back, they invented entirely new characters. Most importantly, they solved the problem of representing Prakrit's complex vowel system, which Aramaic's abjad format ignored. Their revolutionary innovation was the creation of a systematic method where a base consonant character carried an inherent short A sound, and specific modifying marks, or diacritics, were attached to change that vowel to I, U, E, or O. This system, known as an abugada, was a landmark achievement in the history of writing, perfectly tailored to the phonological patterns of Indian languages. Kharosthi's status was irrevocably elevated when Emperor Ashoka chose it to inscribe his moral edicts across the northwestern part of his empire, granting it an official imperial sanction that propelled its spread along Silk Road trade routes into Central Asia, where it flourished for centuries as a script of Buddhism and commerce. While Kharosthi provides a clear lineage from Aramaic, the story of the Brahmi script, which appeared in Central and Eastern India around the same period, is one of history's great scholarly debates. Brahmi, not Kharosthi, would become the mother of all major modern Indian scripts, from Devanagari and Bengali to Tamil and Telugu, and would eventually seed writing systems across Southeast Asia. The evidence for an Aramaic connection is tantalizing but less direct. The historical context is compelling. Brahmi emerges in the 3rd century BCE, precisely when Aramaic was the dominant international script known across South Asia. There are intriguing graphic resemblances. The early Brahmi letter for GA, for instance, bears a striking similarity to the Aramaic Gimel. Furthermore, both scripts organize their alphabets in a sophisticated phonetic order, grouping sounds by where they are articulated in the mouth: gutturals, dentals, labials. Yet, Brahmi also represents a profound break. It is written left to right. It implements the abugida principle with even greater consistency and elegance than Kharosthi. Its full inventory of characters seems perfectly and logically designed for the exquisite phonetic precision of Sanskrit. This has led to the influential Aramaic hypothesis, which posits that Brahmi was not a direct descendant, but a deliberate genius invention. The theory suggests that Indian scholars, perhaps under Mauryan patronage, encountered the idea of alphabetic writing through Aramaic, but then, understanding its limitations for their own languages, engineered an entirely new and superior system from first principles. In this view, Aramaic was not a parent, but a catalyst, a spark that ignited an independent intellectual fire. For centuries after their creation, both Kharosthi and Brahmi served to write Prakrit languages, the vernaculars of daily life, law, and early Buddhist and Jain literature. Ashoka's edicts, the earliest substantial written records in India, are in Prakrit. A monumental cultural shift began around the 1st century CE, driven by a Brahmanical revival, the desire to codify epic narratives like the Mahabharata, and the need to preserve complex scientific and philosophical knowledge. This was the Sanskrit Revolution, the move to commit the sacred prescriptive language of the Vedas to written form. Brahmi, with its robust and flexible phonetic foundation, was uniquely equipped for this task. It began a process of continuous evolution, transforming through regional variants like the graceful Gupta script of India's Golden Age, and later into distinct scripts such as Siddham and, ultimately, Devanagari. To accommodate Sanskrit's linguistic intricacies, scribes developed conjunct letters to elegantly render consonant clusters, refined the system of vowel diacritics to an exact science, and created symbols for unique sounds like the Visaga H. Kharosthi, meanwhile, bound more closely to its northwestern homeland, and the Gandhari Prakrit language proved less adaptable to the pan-Indian ascendancy of Sanskrit and classical literature. By the 4th century CE, it had faded from use, overtaken by the spreading family of Brahmi-derived scripts, even in the regions of its birth. The legacy of this millennia-long journey is nothing short of monumental. South Asia received a double inheritance from the Aramaic script via the Persian imperial conduit, a direct, regional child in the form of Kharosthi, and a possible inspirational catalyst for the Pan-Asian mother script, Brahmi. The consequences shaped world history. The establishment of a stable, phonetically precise writing system unlocked a literary explosion on the subcontinent, preserving for posterity the entire corpus of Sanskrit kavya, poetry, drama, philosophy, and the treatises of mathematicians who conceptualized zero. It enabled the accurate transmission of medical knowledge in the Charaka Samhita and astronomical calculations in the Surya Siddhanta. Through the vehicle of written Sanskrit and Pali, carried by Brahmi-derived scripts, Indian religions, law, art, and statecraft permeated across Southeast Asia, transforming the cultures of Burma, Thailand, Cambodia, and Indonesia. Meanwhile, the Kharosthi script, born on the robes of Buddhist monks and the carts of Silk Road merchants, carried Gandhari Buddhist texts into the oasis towns of Central Asia and the deserts of Western China, creating a vital link in the chain that brought Buddhism to East Asia. Thus, the journey that began with an administrative decree in Persepolis culminated in a cultural and intellectual legacy that spans a continent. It stands as a powerful testament, not to simple borrowing, but to the human capacity